Welcome to Lunchtime Movie Critics, the brief weekly podcast that introduces listeners to some of our favorite fun, funky, and fantastic feature films. Well, if it isn't Idle Hands from 1999. The movie that combines stoner comedy, teenage angst, and a dash of horror in a blender and hits puree. This flick, directed by Rodman Flender, is the hand that rocks the cradle of absurdity and horror comedy. So, let's slap on a glove of humor and dive right in. Imagine waking up one day to find your hand has a life of its own. No, not in a cool thing from the Addams Family way, but in a, oh no, it's trying to kill everyone way. That's the sticky situation our protagonist Anton Tobias, played by the ever-charming Devon Sawa, finds himself in. Living a laid-back life of blissful ignorance, Anton's world gets flipped when his hand becomes possessed and starts going on a bit of a murderous spree. Talk about having a bad hand dealt. As Anton tries to control his unruly appendage, he enlists the help of his equally clueless buddies, Mick and Penub. Yes, you read that right. This trio's shenanigans form the backbone of this ludicrously plotted movie. Also, let's not forget Jessica Alba as the love interest, who has the enviable task of keeping a straight face through this madness. Anton is your average, underachieving teenager whose biggest worry, until his hand goes rogue, is how to stay perpetually high. His portrayal by Sawa strikes the perfect balance between endearing and exasperating. Then there's Mick, Seth Green, and Penub, the friends who even death can't keep away, literally. They add a layer of comedy that's as dark as it's funny. Oh, and Vivica A. Fox as a druidic priestess on a mission just adds to the why not factor of this movie. The film, given its time, does a bang-up job with special effects. The possessed hand is creepily well done, giving off those real Evil Dead vibes. There's a mix of practical effects and 90s CGI that somehow adds to the charm of the film rather than detract from it. The cinematography complements the absurdity with dynamic shots that keep up with the hand's antics. The soundtrack of Idle Hands deserves a round of applause. It's a mix of late 90s punk rock and heavy metal, perfectly encapsulating the rebellious and carefree attitude of the film. It's like the cherry on top of this weird sundae. The humor in Idle Hands is as subtle as a hand in the face. It's not. It's slapstick, it's crude, and it's sprinkled with a good dose of teen sarcasm. The jokes come thick and fast, and while not all of them land, the ones that do will have you in stitches. Idle Hands is a film that doesn't take itself seriously, and that's its charm. It's a blend of horror and comedy that dances on the grave of convention. It's the kind of movie you watch with friends for a good laugh, a few jumps, and a lesson on why personal hygiene is important. You don't want your hand turning against you, do you? In summary, Idle Hands is a cult classic that deserves its spot in the annals of so bad. It's good movies. It's a delightful mishmash of genres that serves as a testament to the fun side of horror. So, if you're looking for a movie that's a high five to the absurd and a nod to the joy of horror comedies, grab Idle Hands. Just, watch your own hands while you're at it.